Hey everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today we're going to learn about 10 things men do that push women away. Now let's begin. Number 1. Unwanted aggression. Many men ruin their chances within the first few minutes. You want to show her that you're confident and decisive, so instead of starting up a normal conversation, you get physical before she even knows your name. Many guys think confidence and aggression are the same thing, but they're very, very different. In general, women aren't looking for men who are physically aggressive. In fact, your invasive behavior makes you look creepy and desperate. Women are attracted to men who are confident in themselves, and confident men have no problem taking things slow. They don't need aggressive tactics to show a woman how confident they are. Their confidence is obvious to anyone who meets them. That's why confident men take a greater interest in their partner's pace and preferences. They're not afraid to make a move, but they're always mindful of her personal boundaries. So if you want to show her that you're a confident person, then don't be pushy and invasive. Take the relationship at a pace that makes sense for you and for her. Otherwise, you're going to ruin your chances. Number 2. Harmful expectations. What do you expect from your partner? In the early stages of a relationship, it's easy to get carried away. You see potential in them. You're excited to spend more time together, so you start to envision what your relationship might look like. You've only been on a couple of dates, so you exaggerate your connection. You get serious about them way too quickly, and you start expecting things that your partner can never provide. The end result is inevitably disappointment. You get frustrated that things aren't working out the way you hoped. But how could they? You were expecting things that your partner didn't know you wanted. Many men expect women to read their minds. They fail to communicate what they want or how they're feeling, so their expectations are always unsatisfied. So if you want something, it's your responsibility to communicate your feelings. It's your job to put you and your partner on the same page. But remember, communication is not a guarantee. You may voice an expectation out loud, but your partner always has the freedom to choose. So don't blame your partner for doing something differently. If you pin your partner under your expectations, then your connection doesn't stand a chance. Number 3. Demanding reassurance. On average, women don't like men who need constant reassurance. She wants to be with someone who's confident in themselves and in their connection. Okay, let's say you're worried a woman isn't interested in you, but one day she tells you that she likes you. That's a big step in the right direction, but your insecurities get the best of you. You ask her to tell you again and again and again. You're forcing her to prove her feelings over and over, and that shows a frustrating level of self-doubt and insecurity. If you're not careful, that insecurity can drive your partner away. So instead of asking for reassurance, really listen when she makes her feelings clear. Then, when you know how she feels, find confidence in your connection. That confidence shows self-esteem, but it also strengthens the bond between you and her. So if you're always worried about your relationship, she's going to think something's wrong, and eventually something will be. In the early stages of any partnership, have faith in the foundation that you're building and take steps to ease your nerves. Yeah, new relationships are scary and confusing, but nothing sabotages a new connection faster than your own insecurity. Number 4. The back burner. Your partner expects to be your number 1 priority. If you make plans, she needs you to be there. Yeah, it's important to balance your relationship with your work, your friends, and your hobbies, but no woman wants to be your number 2. No one wants to be thrown on the back burner while you hang out with someone else. Countless men drive women away with this neglectful habit. They make promises to the women in their lives, but then they prioritize other people over her. So if you fail to make her a priority, don't be surprised if she moves on to someone else. Number 5. Going overboard. Guys often hear this piece of advice. If you want to get a girl's attention, then you have to be persistent. In general, it's good advice. Women want to know that you're serious about them. They want to see you pour your time and effort into your relationship. But many guys go overboard. Instead of being persistent, they become annoying. They'll send a constant stream of texts, they'll ask a million questions, and they'll try way too hard to impress her. You may think you're being persistent, but the truth is, you're overdoing it. You should actively pursue the person you like. You should find ways to show them that you care. But every relationship is a give and take. If you've clearly expressed your interest, then give her a chance to express her own feelings. Otherwise, you run the risk of going overboard. Number 6. Casual dishonesty. Do you bend the truth? Lying may feel like an easy out. You may tell a white lie just to keep the peace, but every time you lie, your dishonesty eats away at your relationship. Dishonesty betrays the trust your partner has in you. If your partner can't trust you, your connection's not going to grow because trust is a very difficult thing to regain once you've lost it. So no matter what you say, she'll always think somewhere in the back of her mind that you're not telling the truth. To make matters worse, many men try to ignore or brush off their dishonesty. They act like it's no big deal when they lie, yet they expect 100% honesty from the women in their lives. But trust is a two-way street. If you don't want to be lied to, then it's your responsibility to be honest with her. So tell the truth, be honest and direct, even if it's inconvenient. Number 7. Insulting insecurity. Some men feel intimidated by confident and successful women. Her achievements make him feel small or inferior because her success triggers his insecurities. Instead of addressing those insecurities, a man may lash out by tearing down his partner. Alright, let's say a guy makes less money than his girlfriend. On the surface, he claims it doesn't bother him, but deep down it really does. He feels insecure about how much money he makes, and that insecurity shows in his behavior. So the next time she's talking about her job, he makes fun of his girlfriend's career. He belittles her success. Why? Because he needs to compensate for his own failures. This insulting behavior can shatter any connection in seconds. Women want the men in their life to build them up, not put them down. You want to be respected and valued, right? Well, the women in your life want the exact same thing. Each time you belittle their achievements, you're undercutting all the hard work they've poured into their goals. For most women, this is a deal breaker. Number 8. Passive listening. Successful partners are good listeners because listening skills are fundamental to any relationship. Unfortunately, countless men never learned how to listen, especially to the women in their lives. Alright, imagine the two of you are at dinner. You're telling a story from your past and she's listening to what you're saying. She asks good questions, she laughs at your jokes, she smiles when you get excited, but then you finish talking and she starts to share a story of her own. Instead of listening, you stop paying attention. You pretend to be listening, but you're really thinking about what you want to say next. This is called passive listening, and it's one of the most common reasons why men push women away. When a woman talks, too many men lose focus. Women don't want to have a conversation with themselves. She wants to talk to you. She wants to share her story, her feelings, and her ideas with you. Otherwise, she wouldn't bother saying anything. So whenever you tune her out, you're sending her a message. You're telling her that you don't value the things she has to say, and she hears that message loud and clear. So if you're not a good listener, sooner or later, she'll find someone who is. Number 9. Rushing the relationship. How do you know when dating turns into a relationship? This is a tricky question, and many guys get tripped up along the way. They rush into the relationship stage and their overenthusiasm backfires. Men commonly overestimate how ready they are for a serious relationship. They want the perks of having a girlfriend without putting in the time or the effort, and they rarely consider her feelings on the subject. You might want a relationship, but she may not be ready for a serious commitment. In her mind, you seem like a complete stranger. Relationships take time and lots of communication, so be patient. Don't worry if you're not checking all the boxes or using the right labels. If you enjoy spending time together, those formalities will naturally fall into place. Number 10. Possessive behavior. Many guys get possessive early in the relationship. After 1 or 2 dates, they try to control their partner's behavior. They want to know who they're talking to at all times. They get suspicious that they're flirting with other men, and they try to weigh in on their partner's choices. For most women, this is a huge red flag. She doesn't want to be treated like your possession, yet many guys get wrapped up in their jealousy and they try to control her every move. Unless you want to push her away, let her have her own life. Don't weigh in on every one of her choices. The simple fact is, men and women want to be liked and trusted for who they are, not who you want them to be. Hey, thank you for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.